So, hey guys, Chauzu here, and I just wanted to make a little video to talk about my future plans, both for OPTC, and I'm going to talk a bit about my plans for my YouTube channel, and I thought I'd talk a little bit about my plans IRL in real life. But okay, let's get into it. So, One Piece Treasure Cruise. People know that I'm pretty dedicated. Ever since I played Fire Emblem Heroes, which is my only other gacha I played, I've really been committed to putting in effort to grind and working on my box. And honestly, at this point, in-game, the box is probably what matters the most to me. And I'm not just talking about having the latest stuff. I'm talking about having just high quality box, having stuff at level 150 with good investment, all of that stuff. So I'm going to need quite a bit of stuff. We can talk a bit about Gather Islands first. But yeah, I've been working for a while to get my attack CC up to max. And I made pretty good progress. I'm at level 33 of 35. And for the remaining 2 levels, I need over 100,000 tickets. But I'm well on the way there. I should be able to finish this around anniversary, probably a bit later, I guess. Depends on how hard I go in PvP. We'll see. And after I finish that, I'm not decided. I will probably try and hoard tickets because it feels like we should be getting some new Gather Island stuff at this point. Like we have JP Whales who have plus 600 CC. They probably maxed the Gem Tree, the Meat Island. Like what do you do at that point? Like yeah, you can max this one. You can max maybe this. But after that, there's nothing basically. So yeah. So basically at my CC to attack CC to max, I can get to like plus 560 CC, which is a pretty good number. And long term I might go for plus 600, but that's like long in the future. With that said, we can look a bit at my CC situation. Because basically every new unit I get, I fully maxed their CC. And whenever I use some old unit, I usually max their CC too. So the CC does, I do use a lot of CC, but honestly, compared to what I get monthly, it's not that bad. Like just playing a lot gives you some CC, and just doing a few CC farm sessions per month basically keeps me up to date, basically. So if you look at my CC here, yeah, it's pretty good. And I have a lot of ray points I can even buy there if needed. Obviously, I always be lower on the attack ones since they cost more to give. Since, yeah, my attack tree is higher as we saw. But yeah, I'm in a very good CC situation. So I will go hard when it makes sense. Like anniversary, for example, if we have max special ship or something. You can try and go a bit harder for CC. Otherwise, yeah, I'll do it a couple of times per month. It usually works out. Need to remember to buy the monthly stuff from the Ray shop and stuff like that. Anyway, now to talk about my big goal for this year, which will be level limit break. Should have probably fixed this beforehand, but whatever. If we search by level, you will see that I'm actually in a decent spot. I have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, like 150 units level 150, which is pretty good considering how expensive it is. So right now, it's not like I give every unit level 150 only if I have a reason most of the time. I really like to be able to level 150 everything, but it's unrealistic at this point in time. Maybe if we get a change to the Hime Farm Island. I've been going on about this a lot, but we really need that in the game. So Bandai, please wake up, buff the Hime Farm event, so we can actually farm Rainbow Himes properly. But until then, I have to farm the character recruitment islands. Let's take a bit of look at my experience at this point. The problem for me with experience is that even if as it goes up, I will keep spending. It's not like, oh, I'm going to get everything maxed and then I spend. No, I maxed this so that I can use it whenever I want. So that's kind of the thing with CC. You saw that I had like 15k of every type. That means that I don't have to think about CC. It just maxes out, and then I can just farm a bit to try and keep it around there. So I'd really love to get to that point with Himes too, but as I said, it's not realistic. Like, even if I get everything here to 9,999, like, it's not far from going back to normal. That's not too many perfect units. That said, that is my goal. And honestly, it shouldn't take that long. I have decided, basically, like outside of events like Treasure Map and such, I'm going to do like at least an hour, maybe 2 hours of farm every single day. And that does stack up quite a bit. So I'm definitely going for 9,999 out of all of these Himes eventually. It will take longer since I keep using the Himes as well. This is all dependent, of course, on no changes to the Hime stuff and such. I doubt anything will happen before April, when we should get the anniversary update. And even then, of course, it's a long shot. It's just wishful thinking on my part. But this also means that while farming this, I'm going to be gaining a lot of pirate level. Like, if you look back at my videos, you will see a very steady progress of pirate level. And like in my first year of playing, pirate level was very important for me. I really went hard for level 1000, but honestly, after level 1000, I didn't care anymore. That was my goal. But like, I kept going, mostly for, well, I guess it was mostly CC farm, to be honest. I'm not actively farmed for pirate level until Himes became relevant with the level limit break update, and then my level started going up quite a bit again. But honestly, as we progress, my stamina bar will continue to rise, and honestly, once I get to like 850 stamina, I'm going to get super motivated to go for 1000 stamina. So yeah, you can say that's my current longest term goal. Of course, I said dependent on if farming pirate level is still viable. I'll only do it because I also farm Himes. Like, if Hime event becomes the main way to farm Himes, then I'll skip this goal because those events don't really get that much experience and there's no reason to run like Marco most of the time. But yeah, those are my main goals. And then we have my usual goals of getting level limit break materials, getting the gold keys, getting all of the treasure map stuff. But that's like every month for like the past 3 years. So it's not like a big special goal. It's just playing like normal. Anyway, as for the YouTube channel, I guess we can sit on the home screen now. I'm not going to look at anything anymore, really. For my channel, I have 3 main things planned. First, as you've already seen, I started to make content for lower level Grand Voyages. I will continue to do that when we get new stuff released. Like, I will try and make it so it makes sense. Like, for the hype batches, I'll try and make something for everything. But like, if the new legend is totally worthless in Grand Voyage, I skip it, basically. But on top of that, I'll also be making just very accessible teams, both for level 5, level 3, and level 1 or 2. I'm not decided here. But basically, I've noticed that there is demand for this. Like, often videos with accessible themes, easy to build, aren't really have a lot of interest on release. But when I've gone back in time to look at my old videos when I made accessible stuff and such, they have slowly continued to rise in interest. And often with videos that got very low views in the beginning are starting to creep over like 1,000 views and such, which is not bad at all. So I will probably start trying and make weekly content with accessible themes for arenas, colos, as well as Grand Voyage, as I said. Going to make that a conscious effort. Make it as accessible as possible for new players to the game. So we'll see how that goes. The final thing I want to say is that I'm planning of starting making some type of tier list. I'm very anti-tier list in general. Not just in OPTC, but even in games where it makes more sense. But it won't be like a normal tier list, like best legend or something. It will be like best speedrun units for treasure map or most valuable treasure map units, something like that. So we'll see about that. Maybe like Super Boss 2. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. It's something I have planned, but I'm only going to do it when I feel motivated. And right now, I haven't got that here yet. So we'll see. Finally, just a bit about my own personal life. I'm not going to talk about it often, but as we're talking about goals, like this is something I think about a lot in real life as well. And each new year for the past 5 years, I made the same New Year's vow. And the thing is that I'm one of those guys who feels like New Year's vows is so mainstream that you shouldn't really do it. But in a weird way, that motivates me even more because breaking a New Year's vow is like even more mainstream, so I don't want to do that. But each year, my New Year's vow is to start getting healthy, fit, stuff like that. It's not just about losing weight, it's about a long-term healthy lifestyle. And I've got pretty good sometimes. The best was like 3 years ago. I did very well until like April, but then of course the thing hit the world, which I don't think we can talk about on YouTube. But yeah, I think you guys know what I mean, and that really killed my motivation. But I'm hopeful this time. Like finally this player level and Hime form I talked about will actually help, because that means I have different stuff to focus my time on. So when I do that Hime farm, I will always also be exercising in some way, either by like just moving around. I've also bought like some pedals, like for bicycle, but you just put them on the floor to do, which I've started doing. I'm going to finally start eating more fruit, which I should have really been doing because you get stuffed by them and they are more healthy, of course. So I feel like things are falling into place. So I hope that this will be a really good year for me in every single way. But yeah, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.